Before we begin, I would like to give a huge thank you to EA Sports and to the EA Game Changers for making this series possible. Previously in this series. So guys, last episode was the trade deadline special and things started extremely wild. And if you want more in-depth reason why I did some of this, you can go watch last episode. We started off the episode by trading Marcus Mariota for Chandler Jones. And guys, make sure 2,000 likes by tonight. And if there is a next episode, it will come out tomorrow. So make sure to drop a like. We do trade Tajay Sharp away for a first round pick, which we will trade later. Since we traded Marcus Mariota, we did have to end up getting another quarterback. And I literally tried to get every quarterback possible out there. I was trying to get Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton. And as you guys see, we end up having to settle for Ben Roethlisberger, which obviously really isn't a bad quarterback to settle for. But like I said, guys, if you want to understand why I did what I did here, there was a really strategic reasoning behind this. Go watch last episode if you missed it more in depth. But next, since we did trade away Taylor Lewan, we need a new left tackle. Looking to bring in Andrew Norwell, the guard, then convert him to left tackle, and we do get the deal done. And looking for one last trade, looking for another corner to bolster that secondary, and we do get Jenkins, 89 overall from the Giants. And guys, we had to send the rest of the season, and we did actually make the playoffs. We went from 3-5 to 10-6 to come in second place in the AFC South. We finished the season 7-1 throughout the simulation to actually make the playoffs for today's episode. And we are going to be playing the wild card round against the Miami Dolphins. And guys, that was wild. Once again, there's a strategic reason why I had to sim the rest of the season. But dudes, I don't know how we got here. I genuinely didn't think we were going to make the playoffs. But now, dudes, it is time to jump into today's game against the Miami Dolphins and see if this team somehow, someway can go from 3-5 to potentially into the next round of the NFL playoffs. Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT, and welcome to the playoff episode of the 2-month early Madden 19 Connected Franchise Series. And guys, we have some explaining to do as we get into this playoff episode. Guys, if you watched last episode, you realize I recorded this whole entire series in an hour. I only had an hour, actually an hour and a half. And at this point, actually the beginning of last episode, I was supposed to be in a meeting. I kept having to say 10 more minutes, please. And guys, I didn't think I was actually going to make the playoffs. So the only way I knew to go about this and them actually let me finish without them kicking me out, guys, what I had to do was every playoff game we were able to play, if we do, just keep in mind, the next game we lose, the series is over. But literally, guys, the only possible way I could actually finish the recording session, actually brought this whole entire series to you guys, was I was going to have to sim. If we make it farther in this game, you'll have to see. So the best way I could think about actually finishing the series was simming to the fourth quarter, and if we were winning, just end the game in a sim. If not, I would have to jump in and play in the fourth quarter and try to come back, which is what we have to do in this game. We were down by 7 in the wild card round, and dog, I wanted to at least, I made it this far, I wanted to at least make it out the wild card round. But dude, at the same time, you gotta remember, I was there for EA. They flew me out, so I was supposed to be in a meeting, so I felt bad, and I thought, dude, if I keep recording like every game, they're gonna like send me back to Alabama before I was supposed to go. They're gonna kick me out and like delete my YouTube channel. So I was trying to be respectable at the same time, get you guys the best possible content and do whatever I thought I possibly could. So jump into this game, guys, down by 7. I would have, if I made it this far and I was at least late to the meeting, at least like made it halfway productive and make it farther in the playoffs. But we are playing some good defense. We have the Dolphins here to a 3rd down and 10 for the 1 yard. Trying to get a safety, but it's like not gonna happen. Actually, just kidding. We get a massive safety there. 2 points. Fletcher Cox with the stop. We're going to get the ball back. Now only down by 5. Now Big Ben in the game. And yes, if you guys are familiar with the series, we do have Big Ben trying to come up with the clutch drive. First play of the game for us offensively. A nice little pass there to Dez Bryant. So yeah, series is a little weird, but that's what happens on my channel. Series get weird. Ben Roethlisberger to Dez Bryant on the Tennessee Titans. a little bit wild. Second down and inches. We're going to run the ball there with Dion Lewis to pick up the first down. But now, unfortunately, third down and 12, and I knew right here if I was going to pick this up, I was going to go for it. But we do, in fact, actually throw this pass out route, and just kidding, we don't pick it up. So the season and the series might end right here. Fourth down and 12. Can Big Ben be clutch and actually pick up this first down? Kelvin Benjamin covered good, but what a spectacular clutch catch. The catch of the season to keep the chains moving and to keep the game alive. Little drag right there to our veteran tight end, Mr. Reliable, our captain, Delaney Walker. But second down and 11, just after the 2-minute warning. Going to dump the ball over the middle to Kelvin Benjamin, who is coming up huge in this series, in this game particularly, and ended up having a great season for us after trading for him from the Buffalo Bills. Another drag route hitting Dez Bryant for a couple yards, trying to get as close as we possibly can to the end zone because, dude, a field goal does nothing here. We have got to score a touchdown. Hit a drag again to Kelvin Benjamin, and it's going to be a third down and short. Clock is ticking, but only 8 yards away from a potential divisional round. And third and 2, gonna scramble with Big Ben. We're gonna slide because he looks slow, and if we remember what Marcus Mariota did, pretty much every time he scrambled and got hit, he fumbled. So running the ball here, not the greatest of plays when you're trying to win. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I had Bingo in my ear right here saying hurry up and just lose on purpose because we have to go to the meeting. And I said bad, Bingo, bad. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, that's actually a thing. We run here for a couple yards. Bingo was actually in my ear telling me to lose on purpose. But I was like, dude, I got to get the best content for my channel. And I want to win the Super Bowl. But things are looking good here. Third down and goal. We get hit, and thank God the ball actually came out of his hands. But this is scary. This is actually really scary. Dudes, the series might end right here. Fourth down and goal. Bingo might get his wish, and I might actually go to the meeting. Fourth and goal. And unfortunately, we score a touchdown. Dez Bryant with the catch. Easily could have dropped that, but he did the gosh dang thing. As we do score a touchdown, as we're going to have to wait potentially a little bit longer for that meeting. 2-point conversion is good to Jonnu Smith as we take a 3-point lead, and the Miami Dolphins came back in the fourth quarter to grab potentially the W. Crazier things have happened. Gotta keep in mind, this is Madden. They have to go 73 yards in 2 seconds. Ryan Tannehill throws the ball deep, and they're gonna catch it. Just kidding. If they would have, I probably would have cried. I would have got up and I would have got a Madden developer that was there and said bad, because that would not have been good. But we do, after all that time, win the game and are gonna be taking on our divisional rival, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who actually won the AFC South in the divisional round. Like I said, guys, we're gonna sim, and if somehow we win in the sim and are actually losing by a lot in the fourth or third quarter, like when I obviously have to play to come back, we're gonna have to just let time do its thing, because that's genuinely, like, I wish, I'm telling you guys, I'm sorry. Like, this is kind of what happens when you have a full entire series 2 months early and you had an hour and a half to record and you're supposed to be in a meeting, and you're like, and I think at this point I was like 35 minutes past my time of recording, but somehow they let me stay on the sticks when I was supposed to be in a meeting. And if you don't realize at this point, I was supposed to be in a meeting. But it's an extremely close game at this point. Only up by 3 in the third quarter. Now up by 6. And I probably should have went to the game at this point. But dudes, I don't think you actually realize like how afraid I was they were going to kick me off without like even playing the rest of the series. And that would like how awful would have been to do a whole entire series and have to just quit and never upload and pretend like it never actually existed. But the gamble pays off, and we do actually beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 26-20. Big Ben did the gosh dang thing through 2 touchdowns, 333 yards to advance us into the AFC Championship game, which, crazy enough, is going to be against Big Ben's former team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and rookie quarterback Mason Rudolph, who was at the helm for the Pittsburgh Steelers, traveling to Heinz Field. And once again, just like we did against the Jaguars, we're going to have to see, like, I'm sitting here praying that we can just win the game in the sim, because, like, I'm telling you, dudes, I'm telling you, I knew Craylow was about to come up and say, RVT, this is like 30 to 45 minutes past your time, dude. You got to get up and come in the meeting that we've been in for 45 minutes, because that's what you're supposed to be doing here. but it's not looking good. It was 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. We brought it within a 3-point ball game. Like, I really wish it could have kept playing, but couldn't have. But we do take a 14-10 lead at halftime. It looks pretty close, although we do take a 21-10 lead. Actually, it's a 28-10 lead going into halftime. Couldn't remember, but now it's an 11-point lead. But it's a little bit more comfortable at this point than every other game in the playoffs up to this point. And it looks like, dudes, it's 35-17 with only a couple minutes left. And it looks like next episode, your Tennessee Titans are actually going to make it to the Super Bowl, as we do win the AFC Championship game 41-25, as we go from 3-5 all the way to the Super Bowl, which is absolutely mental. Never did I actually thought the series was going to end once we did the sim after the trade deadline. We made it to the playoffs, and we're all the way to the Super Bowl, which we're going to be taking on in the Super Bowl none other than the reigning Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles, who went 12-3-1 on the year, who we actually did play in this series earlier on in the season, and we did beat them. So let's see if we can go 2-0 against them on the year. Hopefully, dog, if I'm this late to the meeting already, hopefully I'll win the Super Bowl. But anyways, dudes, that is going to be next episode, which is going to be the series finale. Hopefully, guys did enjoy the series and did enjoy this episode, guys. I know it sucks, like, I couldn't play every game, but hopefully you guys can at least be understandable, and hopefully at least I'm a little appreciative that we did get to do this 2 months early. Like, thanks so much to EA, dudes, and hopefully you guys are appreciate them allowing me to capture this content. Although it's not your normal full series, I did whatever it took to make this a full series in the end, although it did take some simulation. But anyways, dudes, that is going to do it for today's episode. Be sure to drop a like if you did enjoy. 2,000 likes in the Super Bowl will come out tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. But with that said, I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. God bless and peace.